Hey, and welcome back to Dan the Flavor Guy. Today we're cooking up some beer battered spicy onion rings. That's right, spicy onion rings. Let's get started. For the ingredients, you're going to use 2 cups of pancake mix, 1 large onion, any beer you want, cayenne, chili pepper, and smoked paprika. Here's a mixing bowl. We're going to go ahead and pour in the pancake mix. We're going to follow that up by beer. Here, I'm using an IPA, but you can use any beer you want. Especially if it's from last night, go ahead and dump it in. I'm roughly pouring in about 1 cup. There might be a little bit more than that, and that's okay. It just depends on the consistency. We do want to keep this batter a little thick, so when we put our onion rings in, there'll be a nice thick coating. First, we are putting on our ground cayenne pepper. Here, we have about a half a teaspoon. Next up, we are putting on our smoked paprika. Here, we're putting on about 2 teaspoons. I like the smoky flavor, so I go a little bit heavier. Next is our chili powder, and we're putting in 1 teaspoon here. Make sure that you mix this well. You want to get everything all mixed together. When it's all done, it should be a red colored paste. At this point, if you want to, go ahead and sample a taste of it. If you want more spice, go ahead and add more of the chili or the cayenne. Alright, next up, we're going to go ahead and prep our onions and slice them. But before I get to that, I want to take a quick second to talk about my favorite knife. This is just a plug, not for the company, but by far this is my favorite knife. I love the weight, and it can cut just about anything. Alright, so here we are cutting up the onion rings. We want to cut the width about ½ inch up to 1 inch. Depends on how thick you want your onion rings. I like mine pretty thick. Heck, 2 onion rings at 3/4 of an inch wide is almost a meal. So here it is. As you can see, that's roughly about 3/4 of an inch wide. Now that we have the onion rings cut, we're going to go ahead and pop out the layers. You can leave 2 layers together and have a super thick onion ring if you want. It's up to you. It's however you like it. You want a stronger onion ring flavor? By all means, leave 2. You can hear the grease in the background. I got my new deep fryer set up. It's at 375. It's done warming. You can hear the grease popping in the background. It's almost ready. Here we're just going to finish up the prep of popping apart these onion rings. Once you get them all popped apart, now it's time to dunk them into our batter. Alright, our batter and onions are ready to go. Here I am dunking in the first onion ring into our batter, and I'm going to carefully place this into the oil. You want to be careful you don't get splattered because oil does burn. Make sure you get a generous amount of our batter on this onion ring. You want it nice and thick. There it is. First one's going in. Take your time with this process. You don't want to have it splash and burn you. It's only going to take about 2 minutes, depending on how hot your oil is, to get this the color you need. The longer you let it set in there, the darker it gets. If you're going to use a frying pan method, very similar. You're going to take your frying pan, fill it with oil, preferably vegetable, and you're going to put about 2 to 3 inches into your pan. You want to bring the temperature up to around 350, 375. use a thermometer to check that temperature. Once it's ready, you will just put the onion rings in, just like I did into this fryer. The difference is in the pan method, you will have to flip them to make sure that it's evenly cooked on both sides. While those two onions cook, I'm going to get my next onion ready by dipping it into the spicy beer batter and letting it set. Once the onion rings are golden brown, I will lift the basket up, let it set for a minute to let the excess oils drop off. Then I'll place it on a plate with a napkin to help absorb the extra oils. And then I'll repeat the process. As you can see, I got quite a few onion rings to go. All right, so the onion rings are done. They want to be 8, obviously. They're about to fall off the plate, so let's give them a try. I top these with campfire sauce. Campfire sauce is amazing. If you've never had it, you got to give it a try. I'll leave a link in the video so you can make it yourself. I do have a recipe. This is friggin' amazing. The spices, it's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. The chili, the smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is one of my favorite spices to use in just about anything, especially when it comes to barbecue. This stuff, like I said, the flavors just jump out at you. I honestly don't taste the beer because most of the time when you cook with any type of alcohol, it does burn off, so you don't have to worry about that. But it does leave the hoppy flavor just a little bit. But if you don't want to use the beer, by all means, use milk, use water, whatever you want to use. But this right here, this gets the Dantastic stamp of approval. This is frigging amazing. You got to give it a try. You can see that I do have a little bit darker onion ring, a little bit lighter. It just depends on how long you leave it in the oil. Be careful, oil can burn. I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend with me to do this recipe. Please smash that subscribe button. Do yourself a favor because there's more recipes coming. Hit the like button and also click the bell notification so you can get notified when I bring some more amazing recipes to your guys' table. Thank you, and I appreciate you guys. Until next time, have a great day.